This is November 19th, Tuesday, 2024. We are in BBA first semester compulsory English class. And I will explain from paragraph 9 to 11 in one segment, and then I'll move on to next, because last time due to technical error, the explanation from paragraph 9 to 11 could not be recorded. So let's move to 9 and read quickly. So up to paragraph 7, Hall makes criticism of formal education up to paragraph 7, right? Where if you see, he calls the school as a dull place, ugly place, right? Where nobody speaks truthful things, and where everybody is playing a kind of role, there is no sincerity, where teachers are not free to speak honestly, respond honestly to the students, and where students themselves are not free to respond honestly to the teachers. This clock is 2 minutes past. Check my watch one more time. And where the environment or atmosphere is full of suspicion and doubt. Everybody doubts everybody. And where students and teachers both are full of anxiety and worries. And where the child learns to live in a daze, in a sort of unconscious state, or where the child is not normal, then this is SAV. Now, where the child spends his energies for things which adults do not value. Right? Adults, teachers don't care what the children care about. And then he says, in such a situation, in such an atmosphere, if a child can come through his schooling with much left of his curiosity, it would be a rare thing. Meaning is that the child, when he finishes the schooling, he has lost all his curiosity in anything in the world. And this is very true. It is very true. As I watch you, I have been teaching for about 35 years. Your age, this group. And I've been every year observing the next generation coming to my class. And this is very true. Students today have lost all curiosity. Holt was writing when there was no mobile phone. I imagine what would he have written if he was writing it today. And the child has lost all independence because the school teaches the child that you cannot do anything without the teacher's support. He depends for everything on the teacher. Then the child has lost the sense of his own dignity. He has no self-respect. He has lost competence because he believes in rote learning. I see students at the university premises preparing for Lok Seva Ayog. And what do I see? They have a book, a guide kind of book, and they will walk around the field and they'll be orally rote learning the whole book. And I ask them, why are you rote learning? And they answer me, sir, if you want to pass in Public Service Commission government exam, the only way is you memorize all these books. Then I ask, is memorizing good thing or understanding good thing? Then they say, understanding may be good thing, but it does not work with Public Service Commission. They may be right, they may be wrong, I don't know. So they have lost all competence. The only thing they know is memorizing, rote learning, and worth. Finally they feel they have no value in their family, they have no value in the college, they have no value in the society. A child feels he has no value, he is worthless. And you know where it ends? It ends in frustration. It ends in drugs. It ends in alcohol. It ends in pornography. It ends in sexuality. It ends in gun violence. As you see today in America, you read papers, the issue of gun violence. Children take guns to school and they shoot their classmates. Okay, this was the criticism, right? Now in paragraph 8, he turns the topic. What do we need to do? Now I ask a question. What is the solution? What is the solution? And he answers, we can do many things. Now he is proposing solution. So in a sense you can say this essay is a proposal argument. What is a proposal argument? In proposal argument, writers pick up a social problem, political problem, academic problem. They discuss the cause and nature of the problem, and then they offer solutions to the problem. They propose solutions, and we call such essays as proposal arguments. So he divides the solution into easy solutions that we can do instantly and difficult solutions. Two kinds of solutions. Easy solutions and difficult solutions. A third solution that can take a longer time. Solution that takes a long time. Then he begins by talking about a difficult solution first. He says, let me talk about a difficult solution first. Right? I feel uncomfortable when she looks from the window because as a teacher, you know, it's not easy to see a student staying outside. It's not easy. It's very emotional. Right? She's a learner. But if I let her in, what he will start? He will think, oh, Divakar sir lets people in, so tomorrow I too can come at that time. That's why I make my heart very hard and don't let them in. I want you, my only purpose in doing this behavior is, I want you to learn certain good behaviors. And punctuality is a very important behavior in life. I have told you, on the camera I am still repeating, I will die but never come late in your class. That's my commitment. and I want similar commitment from you. When there are emergencies, I have options. Go to Prabha ma'am, tell her why you were late, and if she writes a slip as a pass for you, show me the slip from the window, I'll let you in. I have told Prabha ma'am that if they come to you, and if you allow them to be in class, I will let them in class anytime. Okay? That's the provision. Okay. Look, she looked from the window and I got distracted. I was explaining. She looked and I got distracted. Okay. So he says, let's begin with the hard solution first. And what is the hard solution? His hard solution that he proposes is, let's abolish compulsory school attendance. Yesterday, Prabha ma'am saw the attendance sheet and she was a bit surprised because she saw that so many people were marked absent. And then she asked me, Divakar sir, are you sure that these many people are absent in class? I was not sure. That I said, I'll inquire this year because she did the markings, so I will recheck next day. And then she said, look, she's again calling me. Oh God, I get disturbed and distracted. Yes? Go to Prabha ma'am. I know, fine, I'll let you in. I'll let you in, no problem. Go to Prabha ma'am, tell the call, civil additional, I'll let you in. I'll let you in. That's the solution. And to you also, she says she was Birami. Okay, if you are sick or if there was a situation that was out of your control and you were late, here is a solution. Simply go to Prabha ma'am, explain your situation and request her to give you a small slip with a signature and I'll let you in. Okay? Did you get my point? You don't have to stay outside if you have a genuine reason. But I won't let you in the class if you have no genuine reason and you come late because you were lazy. And this clock I've checked, it's late by 2 minutes. Okay? So I will verify from my mobile phone. Okay. So I was talking about this attendance and then Prabha ma'am said, Divakar sir, if somebody stays outside and cannot take your class, why don't you mark their attendance? Then I said, if they are not in my class, they are not present ma'am, how can I mark their attendance? Then she pointed out that, Divakar sir, if they do not meet 80% attendance in your subject, they won't be qualified to take English exam. She made me aware. And she said there is a danger, sir, if they come late like that, and if later on 80% attendance is not counted, then the college and KU won't accept their form in English. Then I said, you know what I said? I said, education is not just attendance. Education is reading, writing, listening, speaking, doing assignments, interacting with the teacher. Education is much more, bigger experience. And I told her, ma'am, I'm very clear, my class is my rule and I won't let a student in my classroom if they are late for no reason. And I won't mark their presence even if it disqualifies them from taking exam. I'm telling this story here in this class to relate with this point which John Holt makes. Because John Holt's argument is that it's not necessary to be in class. And I disagree with Holt. I won't agree with Holt. Because why I do not agree with Holt? There is another essay. She is calling for attendance sheet. There is, ma'am was asking if they were really absent. They were sure they were absent yesterday?
They were not in your class. They were not in your class.
They were not in my class, okay. They were in other classes. Did they bunk my class?
No, I don't know where they were.
They were late?
I think so.
I would like to know if somebody is bunking my class. I must talk to them. If you come in the class and then you leave, I want to inquire. Okay? I want to know the reason if you bunk my class. Okay. So I was saying, Hall's argument that we should abolish compulsory school attendance. Actually, you know why schools made a provision for compulsory attendance of children? In Victorian era, early 20th century and late 19th century, and 20th century also, industrial era. In Western countries, what used to happen is that people needed labor to work in the field, and people needed labor to work in the factories. There was poverty, and people had to work and earn money also. So what the families did, what many parents did, they will ask their children to work in the farm, or they will ask their children to work in the coal mine, or they will ask their children to work in the factories so that they could earn some money. Now this created a problem, two problems. One, there was child labor exploitation. Underage children had to work. So that was a case of child labor exploitation. Second, when parents sent their children to work in the farm or field, children could not come to school. As a result, they were deprived of their right to education. So to solve these two problems, what the government did? The government made this provision of compulsory attendance in school. As a result, the guardians, the parents, were forced to send their child to school. Otherwise, school will contact the guardians and ask them why your child is not coming. Right? So the purpose of compulsory attendance was protecting children from underage labor exploitation and guaranteeing children's right to education. Then Hall says, but today, in the mid-20th century, in the later part of 20th century, there is no more child exploitation by families. We have become a modern age. So now making compulsory attendance is not good. That's his argument. Now what may be a counter argument? If you have heard a very famous scholar, he is still living, Moti Nisani, Motinissani, Moti Nisani. Moti Nisani is a well-known professor, scholar from Western Academia. He is retired, I guess now. He has a Facebook page. I am connected. You can connect to him and have interactions. Moti Nisani has written a beautiful essay titled Why Go to University? Although he says why go to university, you can also say why go to school. Right? And in that essay, Moti Nisani discusses the benefits of higher education. So what I will argue, if a school is good place, if a school is run properly, if the teachers are well trained, and if the teachers know how to teach. For example, last time, a couple of weeks ago, we had her experience of primary school. We had her experience primary school, where we found that her experience was highly positive. And when we asked her, why do you give 4 out of 5 to the school? She described some characteristics of the teachers and the school management. So if a school is run well, then what happens, going to school is a unique experience. Going to school is a unique experience. Let me give an example from my life. Some people say that my handwriting is not very bad. Some people say to me, when I write in the whiteboard, they ask me, Divakar sir, how come you have better handwriting? I then I will say the credit goes to my school, primary school. Because in my days, up to class 5, our school did not allow us to use ink pen or ball pen. We were not allowed. Now what did we do? There were two options. Go to the river side and you will see lots of reed plants. Reeds are bamboo-like plants, very thin plants. And we would take one shoot of reed and then there will be pieces we'll cut and make a manual pen. We'll sharpen the tip like you do with a pencil, with a knife, and then we'll cut by the side to make the tip. And then the school said, okay, buy an ink bottle. And we would buy Shell Park ink bottle in those days. And Camel, those were the brands, Camel and Shell Park. Camel is still available. Shell Park is rare now. And in the classroom were no desk and benches. So what we would do, we'll have sacks and we will sit in our classrooms like this. We'll sit like this. And then we would dip the pen and bend like this and we'll write with utmost care. It's surprising. I still remember because the teachers taught us right in class 1, 2 and 3 that the most important thing for you in your life today, they said, is handwriting. And we got this idea that the most important thing is handwriting. We had only one thing in mind: how to make handwriting better and beautiful. So the rule was write very slowly. And there was one class every day that was called dictation class, dedicated to writing. And in that dictation class, sir will stand here and he will slowly read from the book. And everybody in the class will have lined copies and they will write what sir dictated. At the end, sir will choose one writing and declare this is the best writing today. We were very curious to see if my writing becomes best writing. So I shared you one experience from my primary school days that I think is a very positive experience. Second thing, what I learned in class 1. I still remember the first day I went to my school in 1973 or 4, I'm not sure, maybe 5. There was a book, I forgot the name of the book, but what I remember is on the page there were both palms printed with open fingers, 10 fingers. And the lesson's name was, the first lesson in my first book was 10 good things, 10 अच्छी चीजें. I have forgotten the 9 अच्छी चीजें, but I still remember one. And the one was, कोई भी चीज जिस जगह से उठाए हो, काम करने के बाद उसको वही रखो. Whatever things you pick up at home, when you finish task, keep them in the proper place so that next time you will find. And even today at my home, when my family members misplace things, I tell them. So what I am arguing? I am arguing that attending school is very important if the school is run properly and if the teachers know how to teach. So I don't agree with this argument, right? But at the very least, we should modify it, perhaps by giving children a year, giving children every year a large number of authorized absences. Authorized absences. I will agree to this partially. Suppose she says, Devakar sir, I have a travel plan. And she shows me the plan, itinerary, and she argues that this travel that I am going to partake soon will contribute to English subject in this way, then I would like to let her go for the travel. Because I believe that her travel will contribute to learning. So in that sense, I agree allowing number of authorized absences. But I guess according to college laws here also, you have some authorized absences, I guess. At TU, for example, when my semester classes start, I tell them, you have 3 authorized absences in 6 months. You can be absent for 3 classes without informing Divakar sir. And from the 4th class, I'll start marking and it will affect your internal evaluation. So here I agree. Our compulsory school attendance laws once served a humane and useful purpose. They protected children's right to some schooling against those adults who would otherwise have denied it to them in order to exploit their labor in farm, store, mine or factory. So as I told you, the reason why there was compulsory attendance. Today the laws help nobody, nor the schools, nor the teachers, nor the children. To keep now, pay attention from here what he says. Very important what he makes. To keep kids in school who would rather not be there. Suppose if a student does not want to go to school and you force him to be in the school, then what will happen? Number 1, the child would show no interest in teaching and learning inside the classroom. Number 2, the child will be mentally disturbed in the classroom. Number 3, the child would seek other alternatives to enjoy the day. Number 4, the child would interrupt other children right and left, front and back, and even poor people won't be able to attend to the class. So it's not a good idea to force children to be in class unless they enjoy being in class. That's the argument. Okay. Look what he says. See, the school spends time, energy, money, to say nothing of what it costs to repair the damage. I told you last time, I have experienced once in 10+2, a couple of classes, whole class was very unhappy with the college management. I don't know, I forgot the reason. And what they did? They broke all the fans, they broke all the electric sockets, they broke everything they could on a clear day. And the management was shocked. They could do nothing because the whole class went mad. So the point here is, if a student, I told you last time, the first condition in my opinion for learning is happiness. The first condition for learning is happiness. One feeling I have in recent years teaching in BBA and BBA here is, I'm sorry to share such a feeling, I feel more and more that today my students, when they come to my class, they are not prepared for learning. What do I mean? Let me make it simpler. I see that some students have not washed their face and they are in my class. I see other students who have not done their hair and they are in my class. I see some students are sleepy and they are in my class. I see some students are yawning and they are in my class. Then I start thinking, oh, they are not ready. Last time I remember somebody told me, I asked, why are you sleeping? And he said, sir, I was browsing on the mobile phone throughout the night. I had this answer from the classroom, honest answer. At other times they say, I could not sleep at night. So 5 days before, I didn't have this response. I could not sleep at night. But today, my students honestly tell me, Divakar sir, I'm sleeping in class because I could not sleep at night. This is a dangerous thing. This young generation is saying, I could not sleep at night. This is a very serious thing, right? Okay. Every teacher knows that any kid in class who for whatever reason would rather not be there, not only does not learn, I told you, I am very poor in one subject. I won't name the subject here on the camera because somebody might take it personally. I'm very poor. Why? In that subject, I was excellent up to class 5. In class 6, I joined a new college. And I saw a new teacher. His name was Gajendra Prasad Srivastava. A very tall, heavy, fat, clumsy guy. He had 10 kg hand. And what he used to do in his subject? He will explain, he will write everything on the whiteboard, not explain anything, not ask us anything, and call us to solve a problem. We could not solve the problem because we didn't understand. And he would first shake his palm like this for 5 seconds, then he will slam. And for another 20 minutes, mustard seeds, mustard flowers will fly before our eyes. And today, I'm 0 in that subject. Why? Because in his class, I was never happy. Why? He used to beat me and punish me physically. So I could learn nothing. Why I became mathematics teacher? Sorry, English teacher. Now my English teacher was very opposite. He would have a book like this, and he would walk to the classroom mumbling. I felt like he was chewing something. And he was soft-spoken, never angry, never insulted, never punished. And he would tell us, make meaning copy, do this, do that. And not only that, he once said, Divakar, come my home, I will help you with grammar. I went to his home. I took 3-month tuition. The fee for per month in those days was 60 rupees Indian currency. And when I asked him, when I took money to pay the fee, he patted my shoulder and said, no, Divakar, I won't take this money as a fee from you. My fee is make me a promise that you become an English teacher. I said, okay, sir, I'll become English teacher. And he said, no fee. And I became English teacher.
So, if you give promise.
See how one teacher can inspire a student in such a way that they change the course of their life. Right? Yes.
If you give promise, you take the money.
Or if I didn't promise, he would take the money. Or he would not. He would not. There is a reason, because my father and he were friendly. My father was a campus professor, campus chief in another campus. They knew each other. And I guess even if I didn't promise, he wouldn't. But in the group of the tuition class, I was the brilliant child, I remember. Because I was very dedicated. And his inspiration made me a teacher. I give you 2 examples to prove what? When you are happy, you learn. When you are unhappy, you do not learn. As a result, even today in class, though I am strict, I know. I might sound rude, I know. But I try not to hurt my students. Because I realize if my student is hurt from the bottom of their heart, they won't respect me. And they won't learn my subject. Though, I repeat, I cannot compromise in certain disciplinary things. I can't compromise in certain things. Okay. So move ahead. Anything himself, but makes it great deal tougher for anyone else. See, he himself won't learn, and he will disturb other people, others in class can't learn. As for protecting the children from exploitation, the chief and indeed only exploiters of children these days are, see, this is italicized. In writing, this is called emphasis. This is called emphasis. There are 2 ways to emphasize, or 3 ways. You can italicize, you can bold, or you can mark out. And when you do these 3 things, italicizing, bold facing, and marking out, you are putting special meaning and emphasis in that word. This is a technique of writing. So when you read this italic word, are schools, so it's look a very serious charge. Schools are exploiters, and I agree. I was a teacher in one school at Kantipat. I won't name the school on camera, but I got tell a story. What the school did? The school asked me, Divakar sir, choose textbook for English subject every year before the session started. And I went to market and I chose very good books. Then there was a problem. I was irritated because every year the school would change the books. Once I said, Principal sir, these books are the best books in the market. Let's not change. What do you want to change? But he changed. And I found that if he did not change the books, the senior brother will hand the books to junior brother, junior sister, and next year students will come with the old books. If they came with old books, the school would not be able to sell books to them. And if the school can't sell books to them, the principal won't earn money. So to earn money, every year he would change the books. In that sense, with that example, I argue that yes, schools are exploiters. I give you one example. You can find more. Kids caught in the college rush more often than not to work. So now here's the argument. He's saying that we have two choices. We can go to work and we can go to college. And he's arguing that rather than going to a college and spending all the hard-earned money of your parents and getting a degree that brings you nothing, why don't you stop going to college and join a work? That way, you will not only learn a new skill, rather you will get some money. The boy at my home, whom I brought up, the dependent boy I told you, he joined job in class 9. Now he's in grade 12. He goes to college in the morning shift. In the day shift, he goes to a job. There is a plastic wholesaler and he works in as a salesperson. And he is earning around 40,000. The shop gives him free breakfast, free lunch. The shopkeeper has given him a scooty with petrol facility. He rides the scooty, he is very happy. And now he has collected some money. He is also finishing education. Now he says he will go to Romania with that money. So here I put an argument that his argument, Hall's argument, it's better to work than go to college. But I will disagree with Hall and refer to Moti Nisani's essay, Why Go to University? Where Nisani argues, college experience, as the hoarding board down somewhere says in your college, some choices are life-changing. If your college is run properly, if the teachers are well trained, if they know what is education, if your teachers make you work hard in a proper guided manner, at the end of 4 years, your life should change in a very positive way. There is no doubt. In that sense, if you work $10 without a college degree, I'm 100% sure you will earn $100 with the college degree. I'll give an example from my son and daughter quickly. Don't mind it. My son and daughter-in-law, they are living in US today together in the same university. Both of them are doing PhD. And they will finish their PhD in coming 3 years. And I talk to them and they say, Daddy, when we finish PhD, I will get at least $100,000 to $120,000 per year. And my wife too will get the same amount. So together they will earn around $240,000 1 year. And he says, if I spend $3,000 per month, it's enough to sustain. So 12 3s are 36,000. So that means they will be able to save $200,000 per year after work together. $200,000 in Nepal is 2 crore 60 lakh rupees per year. Why? How can they earn 2 crore CTET? Because they do PhD. PhD. And without PhD, he says, I'll be earning $70,000 per year. With PhD, $120,000 per year. So degree matters. Degree matters. So his argument that you don't go to college and work, I won't agree. Right? It's always good to have a hook. You know, fishing rod and hook. Fishing rod and hook. Fishing rod, you know, go for fishing and hook. If you have the hook and bait, you can catch fish. Sweeter the bait, bigger the hook, bigger your catch. Greater the degree, better the degree, bigger the money the degree brings. When I was BA, my salary was 6,000. The day I got my MA certificate, my salary became 16,000. Within a couple of weeks, I jumped from 6 to 16. Then it became 32,000. Then it became 55,000. Then it became 75,000. Today it's 100K plus. Why? Because of a degree. So his argument is not acceptable. It's believed that degree is always more important, right? Though work is not less important, I agree. So, or more a week in college, you work, you have assignments, you have to go to college, right? Most of it on paper, busy work. Look, he's criticizing. It's not paperwork. No. When you do paperwork, you are learning skills. My son is learning Python programming. He says, it's paperwork, I agree. Coding, application software. But tomorrow it will pay him. Right? College work is not paperwork. You are listening to me right now with wind of silence. This is not useless because it is inside your mind right now. Though you are silent, inside your mind, everybody is interacting with me. Agreeing, disagreeing. Thoughts are coming. Active listening, proper listening is also an effective way of learning, right? For kids who are not going to college, school is just a useless time waste. I don't agree. No. My primary school had one subject. Its name was handcraft. And in that subject, in that period, what we would do? We would bring clay and make dough. We'll make statues. We'll make fruits from soil, clay soil. Mangoes we'll make. And what happened now? By the time I passed class 5, I became a painter. And in class 6, I would paint pictures and hang on the wall. And you know what reward I got? A beautiful girl from another class fell in love with me. Because my paintings. It feels. So his argument that his school says, I won't agree. No. My primary school has given me many good habits which I still carry in my life. Right? In one classroom, there was a slogan that literally changed my life. And the slogan was over there, not over there, half wall. It was written, जो सोता है उसका भाग्य भी सोता है. And you know what happened? I read that dialogue over there. One who sleeps, his fortune also sleeps. I took it literally. And the other day, in my bedroom, on the bed, I would not sleep with the fear that अगर मैं सो गया तो मेरा भाग्य भी सो जाएगा. And what I would do, I would wake up midnight, take my lantern, kerosene lamp, light the lamp, take the book Creative Delights Grammar and solve problems. Today I am in history because of that dialogue. जो सोता है उसका भाग्य भी सोता है. This morning I woke up around 3:10. Yesterday I woke up around 2:30. Normally, I wake up around 3 to 4. I never sleep after 4, not at all unless I'm sick. Right? My father too has the same habit. So point is, his argument that school is backward, I won't agree. Preventing them from earning some money. Look, if you don't go to school, you earn some money. But if you go to school, you earn huge money. Though you can say, Divakar Shah, Elon Musk, did he go to college? No, he's a businessman. Bill Gates, did he go to college? No, businessman. Steve Jobs, did he go to college? No, biggest. I agree. These are exceptions. And they can't make a general rule. In general, college degrees from better universities and colleges pay you, help you earn money. Or doing some useful work, even doing some true learning. So his argument is that, actually understand that in this essay, John Holt is not saying that all schools are bad. He is saying some schools are bad. And I agree. I too had one school in my life, class 5. That was really terrible. I told you how the teacher will lock the door, make us sit here, and give us sit to the monitor, and they will say, keep beating them. About 2 hours, the monitor will be beating us. So some schools are bad, I agree. But it's not true that all schools can be bad. Okay. Now here, I told you last time, which I could not record, so I'm repeating the class. In argument, you make a claim. Then you have your hearer, right? Your hearer may disagree with you. And if they disagree, they will give a reason why they disagree. Do you see in this classroom? Are you carefully watching me? All this last 15 minutes, I am reading Holt's lines, and many times I am disagreeing with him. Do you see? And while I am disagreeing, I am giving a reason. And most my reasons are coming from my life experience. Have you seen? I am reading Holt's argument and then saying Holt may be true here, but here is not true. And when I say I don't agree with Holt, I am bringing a story from my life to disagree. This is called counter-argument. This is called, tomorrow when you take IELTS exam, TOEFL exam, SAT-JEE exam, they will ask you to write essays. And in those essays, if you can't make counter-argument, you will get poor marks. You won't get 7 band or 8 band, you might get 6 band. But if your essay has a good counter-argument, you get 7, 8, depending on the situation. So, you see that what is counter-argument? Your listeners may have objections against you. As I was showing objections. When he said, school is a time waster, I said, no. If kids didn't have to go to school, they would all be out in the street. Somebody may argue. I know. The tragedy today is that, I guess you won't be unhappy with me. Our parents, your parents, are using school as governess. You know governess? Governess is a lady who is appointed in your family to take care of you because your mother can't take care of you. A governess in English is a position in old English time. A governess was a lady hired by the family to take care of children because the woman in the family had no time or some reasons to take care of children. So sometimes I feel that our parents are using schools and colleges as an excuse to dump you. I'm sorry, I use the word dump. Sometimes I feel, just an example, our parents are too busy they have no time and resources to stay home and look after her. So if they can send her to LSEM, at least for morning shift 6 hours, they will be free. I have this feeling. I may be right, I may be wrong. Right? I'm not generalizing. You can disagree with me. So, they might say, if I don't send my child to LSEM, she will be loitering, wandering around the streets. Then look, now this is objection, this is argument or counter argument. Now, this one is the answer, right? The answer that you bring to tackle the counter argument, that answer is known in argument language as rebuttal. What do you call it? Rebuttal. In other words, we say puncturing the counter argument. I said something, she raised her hand, she expressed a disagreement. Now the whole class is laughing at me. Yes, Divakar is wrong. Look, what Ishtola is saying. Now I must answer Ishtola. Otherwise the class will disagree with me and I will fail in my argument. Now I answer Ishtola and prove how Ishtola is wrong. So I am puncturing her argument. I am countering her argument. I am countering her argument. That countering of argument in rhetoric language is known as rebuttal. What do you call it? What do you call it? Say it again. Rebuttal. Okay. No, they would not in the first place, even if schools stayed just the way they are, children would spend at least some time there. I agree. I don't know about your case, but in my primary days, I would spend almost 2 hours every day in the street. And what we did? We played hide and seek and other physical games with our friends. Because that's where they were likely to find friends. It's a natural meeting place for children. In the second place, school would not stay the way they are. They would get better because we would have to start making them what they ought to be right now. He says, imagine, just imagine, a very crazy thing. Imagine 100% Nepali guardians from tomorrow stop sending all their children to school. What will happen? The school management will call a meeting and they will start thinking. And maybe chances are they will say, oh, we must change our policy. Oh, we must improve our situation. Look, our guardians are so aware, they are not sending. And the schools will improve. That's the argument. If children don't go to school, the schools will be forced to rethink their teaching and learning and they will change. Okay, move ahead. Places where children would want to be. Look, he says, a school should be a place where you want to go. And I will say my school, my high school, cooperative inter-college, where I spent 6 years from class 6 to 12. It was such a place where I was always curious to go there. I enjoyed being in that college more than I enjoyed being at home. I'm telling you very truly. And even today, weekly, occasionally I go to Google Earth and I type cooperative inter-college, Viprais Gorakhpur, and my college picture comes. And I keep looking on my screen, laptop screen, and enjoy. I feel comfortable. Because I still want to be there. That's a place where even today I would like to go back. So do you think your school is a place for you where even today you would like to go back? I don't know. But for me, my school is a place where I want to go back even today. I miss my teachers. They were really God-like figures. Wonderful. Right? Okay, move ahead. In the third place, those children who did not want to go to school could find, particularly if we stirred up our brains and gave them a little help, other things to do. Now ask a question. What may be the other things a child can do when they don't go to school. Maybe apprentice, business, some work task. The things many children now do during the summer and holiday. What do you do in the summer camp, winter camp? Maybe you learn handwriting, or maybe you learn harmonium, maybe you learn karate, maybe you learn judo, maybe you learn singing, dancing. That may be his point, right? But do you see? You can learn these things even if you go to school. You don't have to quit school to learn dancing. You don't have to miss school to learn harmonium playing. You don't have to miss school to learn guitar. So his argument that leave the school and learn, I would agree. Okay, move ahead. We'll stop here. I took this class because in the previous class yesterday, I guess, because of technical problem, I could not record my explanation from paragraph 10. And I didn't upload. Today, now I'll upload this part first, then upload second part. So that if anybody comes back with me to listen, they will. Now we have 5 minutes time, take a pen and copy. In 5 minutes, jot down what we discussed in class, not discuss, what I lectured, as fast as possible. In 5 minutes, jot down what I lectured in class today. Thank you.